Hello everyone. I thought I'd do a quick blog tonight because if you look at the screen behind me, you can see a little bit of weather. It's raining at the moment, and I'm smiling. And do you know why? Because tonight would be the first night of our rally, and we cancelled it because of various reasons. And I was sort of thinking, oh dear, you know, should we, shouldn't we? But when I see that, Friday night's when everybody moves in, and we would actually just be sort of kicking off. Johnny Calum was booked for the Friday night, and it's always a good night with Johnny, but we'd have been starting to make a mess. So I've got mixed feelings. I'm missing the rally, but I'm also not missing this weather. So, you know, better luck next year. We had some glorious weather coming up to it. Don't think we'd have made too much of a mess, but you know, we don't want to start off with a sticky rally. So I'm quietly pleased, although missing it. So I thought I'd just update really on what I was doing the other day. We've made more progress. I had to look back and see what I'd actually told you. The 990, which I said we'd got nearly ready. I was waiting for some nuts to come for the big ends. They've come, we've done it, and I'm going to show you a bit of film of that going in a minute. Again, it was another one of these, oh yeah, we've just got to put the nuts on the big ends and fill it up with oil. We'd also got to fit the oil pump, which is easy. You just put it up in and you do it one bolt and that holds it in. And you got to connect the feed pipe to it. And what a pig that was. I guess you should do it before you drop the engine into the frame, and I didn't do that. I dropped it in because it made sense, didn't it, not to have that oil pump hanging at the bottom when you're trying to drop the engine down. But you fit that, if you ever do it, fit that pipe first, because there's no room to get a spanner in there. Poor old Ian took the brunt of it. I left him to it. It was no good both of us being there and losing our tempers, so I left him to lose his temper on his own. But he's done it. Good lad. So yeah, we got the 990 going. Very pleased with it. You'll see it in a minute. It's running nicely. We've got the new tyres that were coming for the little Nuffield. They've arrived. We've fitted them. Don't want to show you any of that because we put them on and we've actually had a drive round on it. But I really want to. I said I wanted Harvey to have a go on it. He's dying to do it. So we'll let him be the first one to do that. So I'll do that next week sometime. So yes, we've got it out of the way. One of my other sheds, I had to clean that out or get to the back of it to get some stuff out my son wanted, some benches. So while I was there, I had a good shuffle round. So there's some tractors in there which you haven't seen. So I thought I'd do a quick little video on that. So we've got that to see in a minute. And what else? We got the county out. I told you we got the county out. Well, we haven't quite got as far as we'd hoped for that, but we've made a better job of it than we were going to. We've come across a problem with that. Not serious. I've got a guru, Rob Morgan, comes from Craven Arms. Brilliant chap, really, really helpful. Knows his counters inside out. And if you want to know anything about it, ring Rob and he'll tell you. And he's put me straight on that. It's to do with the diff lock pedal, which it wouldn't work where it was. And of course you speak to Rob and, oh no, he said it shouldn't be like that. But I think I've got one. So he's finding that out for me. And hopefully he's going to say, you're a good chap, I'm going to do this for you nice and cheap. Not much chance of that. He lives very close to the Welsh border. So we'll see on that. But anyway, you know, it's a problem that hadn't been solved before. If I think of it, I'll show you the photographs of the old foot plates. We put new foot plates on the county, and we've got the mud guards ready to put on. Because of various things, we haven't got quite as far as we'd hoped with that, but it doesn't matter. Plenty of time for that. So yeah, that's where we are for now. So I'll find the 990 film and I'll show you that one first. So this will be the 990 when we got it going. You can give us a David Brown demo then, Ian. Done, have you?
Yeah.
Good boy. You're nearly spoiled then, Ian. You be careful.
I'll turn away, mate.
Come on, Ian, give us a smile. Now, a lot of people that watch my blogs will know where I live and they'll know the place. But for those that don't, when I say we're going to a shed to look at something and you know, different sheds, I found an aerial view of our place, the workshops and everything. So I'll show you that because we'll let you sort out where you're actually looking when we do our tours. But as you can see, we've got quite a few buildings. And there's quite a few tractors in those buildings, so we've got plenty of places to go and find stuff. So I'll put that up for a minute, and you can have a study of that. See if you can guess where I'm sat at the moment, and see if you can guess which of the workshops where we do the repairs and the work we're doing. As you can see, sometimes you go into a workshop and it's different. We're quite fortunate, and we've got cranes in 3 different workshops, and it makes such a difference when you're doing work. If you're changing wheels, lifting anything in and out, simple, isn't it? So we're well kitted for that. Anyway, that's showing off a bit. It's easy, isn't it, when you've got the kit. So have a look at that, and then we'll come back and look at something else. Now, on the picture you look, just the aerial photograph you just looked at, there's you'll see my Arctic lorry there. Well, actually, I've sold that now. It's gone. Couldn't justify running it because we were only using it a few times a year, and it's much easier to hire somebody in. And there's not that much stuff to fetch, shift about anyway. So the boat I'm going to look at though now is the one that's behind the Arctic, and it's usually where the lorry lived, or where the lorry was living. But since the lorry's gone, I've managed to fill it full of other stuff. Anyway, I emptied it to show some stuff, so I'm just going to do a little quick tour of that, and something a bit of interest for you anyway. Now I've had to move a few things out of this shed to get at those benches that are stacked up on the back wall. So while I've got it as empty as this, I thought I'd do a quick run through of stuff that probably wouldn't be seen for a day or two. So here I've got a little Alice B. It's all ready to go in that I've got everything there except for the carburetor, and I've got another Alice B with a carburetor on, but I can't get at that yet. That's buried in the back of a shed. But hope to get that one going this year sometime. So that's a definite, quite likely to go. Got good tyres on it. Everything mechanical's been done to the engine. I bought it as a almost finished project, and I think it was the carburetor was his problem. He hadn't got one or couldn't get one, but since I've got one, I'm in front on that one. Next we've got a little Zeta. I like Zetas, but I'm not sure as this one's not gone too far. It's just a lot of little problems. Don't matter what I look at on it, it's a problem. The tin work isn't that bad, which is the fault with them usually. But at the moment, the gearbox is jammed up, and the steering is seized up. I don't suppose that'll take much to free off, but it's another one of these jobs. I'll do it directly, so don't hold your breath on that one. I'd like to get it going because I have had it running and it was very good, but I made the mistake of letting somebody else have it for a while, and it didn't progress, and because the salt air that it had been rained still did its work really, and that's what's happened. Next we got another one. This is an International. It's a 784, 784. Mechanically brilliant. I put, believe it or not, I put two together to get that as good as it is. It's still not good enough, which is why it's in here. The tyres are all right, mechanically, engine's good, gearbox is good, power takeoff, hydraulics. It's got a picker pitch, but that tin work leaves a bit to be desired. And I don't know what to do, whether to just start again, do one of my mongrels, because you cannot get that tin work for love nor money. You know, do I turn it into a Ford? The cab frame is good, and you could make something of the cab frame, but that bonnet and cowling, I cannot find one anywhere. But I'm in no hurry, you know, one may come up. Next in the line is dear old Timmy's standard Fordson. This one is mine now. I haven't moved it because I haven't got back to it, but that's where Timmy parked it, so it's be a bit of a wrench when I do move it. So but it's a lovely little tractor. It's all good, runs sweet. I think I've shown this on a blog before, pulling the hay kicker that's behind. And then I've got another International. This is a Farmall H. This is a good tractor. This one runs nicely. It all starts. It's got good tyres all round. Mechanically, it's good. It's a shame to be left back in here, really, but it's better back here in the dry where I can't get at it than up in another shed where the salt can get at it. So that's just a quickie on these. This stuff's all going out today. It's stuff I don't need anymore, so we're going to make some more space. Then we'll have a tidy up and might be some room for some more tractors. This one I've talked about in the past. It's my Lister D shed really. There's a concrete mixer on the back. In the middle we've got a seed dresser. Close to us, that's the engine in the centre of the picture there. That's the one that drives the seed dresser. And then if you go back a bit further, we've got a water pump and a mill and a shearing machine. There's 3 engines on there somewhere, and I've got a 4th, maybe even a 5th one to put on. So I think I might, the trailer was a good idea, but if I'm honest, it's not really good enough. And I've got a much better chassis, so I'm going to change it, which is why it's not gone any further than it has with this. The idea was to have a mobile stationary engine display for the rally, but since we haven't done the rally for 2 years, it's been sat. So never mind, perhaps next year. All right, that's the tour of this shed, and go and do something else now. Those are all projects for the future, really, but it's just, you know, these things. I've got a lot of nice tractors, and I've got a lot of average tractors, and I've got a few that are definitely lying in wait. But you know, potential's there. Some of them may finish up on the scrappy of another day. I don't know, but you know, I've often said it's a waiting game with this thing, and you've got to wait until you find the right pieces, and then you put it together. So I've gone right off track, really. I'm supposed to be showing you what we've been doing this last couple of weeks. I want to show you now. It's a Nuffield that I put together when lockdown started. I sorted my Nuffield shed out, but because I was on my own, I really needed to tow this tractor to get it to go. The engine was good and it was moving and everything, but you know, we like to give them a bit of a head start, and trying to wind the guts out of the battery isn't good enough. So this is one that was put back in the shed. It was never run. I had every reason to believe it was okay, and it was okay. So this is, once we got it going, this is where it was. It's a little bit random, but you'll see what I'm coming up. Is that a valve stop? Ian? Is that a valve stop? The way it's chopping?
Valve stop? I didn't even hear that.
Hear it from here?
Oh yes, yes. Minutes to flip the rocker box off and have a look. That could be most of your problem. Almost shut them down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely one shot, isn't there?
Well, just try and rev them again. Coming back. I think it's just the valve a bit sticky. Oh, drive down the line.
That's hard there, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that sounds all right.
Very gutless.
Yeah, but that's a hell of a pull up there for this, because it's high gear, isn't it?
Oh, that's very true as well.
If you went back up the road a bit,
I couldn't get it to change.
eh?
Didn't want to change.
No, go back up the road and hit it with a rock.
Right, okay.
Right, so that's the Nuffield sorted. It still needs a little bit of tuning in, I suppose. But, you know, when you think the tractor's 1950s, over 60 years old, I'm quite pleased with how it goes. It runs nicely, and it's a, like I said, it's a real genuine tractor. There's everything is there, and it's all in good order. Far too good to paint. It's a real nice one in the collection, and because it came from Peter Turney, I've got a newer one that also came from Peter Turney, which I used to deal with when I was in Oxfordshire. Peter Turney trades in Oxfordshire at Middleton Stoney. They're now New Holland agents, but they went through it, and he was Nuffield in the early days, so he sold two. So I've got that Universal, and I've also got a 460, which came from the same place. And there's the 460 is 1963, I think. So, and I would guess this one is about 53. So 10 years difference. Same brass plate on the side with a name on it, which is quite good. Anyway, that's the Nuffield. I'm going to show you the county now. Just getting it out of the shed, really. We've done some work to it. I've taken a few photographs, but this is the before. And we're sort of stuck now. We're not stuck at all. I've got other things to do. I've got to do this weekend. Ian's on other things. Next week I'm away, so we're stalling for a few days really. So we will get back to it again. We're both on a roll with it really. We've got lots of things there, so you know maybe that'll be the next one. I've shown you pretty well everything. I've got the David Brown, still not in a good position to show you the 1200. And we'll certainly get the little Nuffield out maybe next weekend when Harvey's here, so we'll have a bit more to show. So anyway, this is the county. We got put it in the shed. It's been sat there for certainly 18 months, and put the battery on it, and it just started so easily. Unbelievable tractors there. I've got a real affection for this tractor, and I think this is going to be one of my favourites when it's finished, but we'll see. They're all my favourites really, but anyway, so indulge yourself in this one. Bit exciting. Right mate, try it. Yeah, he's good. How do we? There you go. That's a big county. See, it's hard to believe, isn't it, that when we moved to this farm, it's almost 50 years ago. 50 years in March, I moved into Cornwall, and my father-in-law, brother-in-law had 1124 like that, and that was the biggest tractor you could get. You know, there wasn't anything bigger. A County 1124 was the biggest tractor you could get. There was no bigger Fords. Dutra's about 100 horsepower. Muirhill, all of them, they're all had the same engine. So that was it. And you see that now stood against some of the monsters that are going around the road, and it's unbelievable. But, you know, that tractor used to pull a 6-furrow 14-inch plough and 100, I think it's 110 horsepower. And it would pull it easily, really. It didn't really work hard. And then you see the tractors going around now. They're 200-300 horsepower, and you know, got a 5-furrow reversible plough on it, and they think they're doing well. I just wonder how much we've advanced, really. I've got to say, the newer ones are probably a bit more comfortable than that, but in its day, that was a fabulous piece of kit. And when I used to go, if I ever had to take it over to Olds, the local dealer or machinery place here, you know, you pull in the yard with that with something behind it, and it was, my God, you know, people stand back and sort of be amazed at how big it was. It was all Fergie 135s, and you know, the big tractor at the time was probably a Fergie 175 and a Ford 5000. And because this thing was 30-40% bigger, and amazing piece of kit. So, you know, I love the tractors. I think they're fabulous. They didn't deserve the fate they had in the end, because Ford's County and Muirhill and all those, they were the pioneers in four-wheel drive, and they really did all the work. And then Ford's that sold them the skid units in the first place and must have made a lot of money out of them, let them do all the development work, and then they just walked in and took the four-wheel drive trade away and watched them all fall by the wayside. You know, there was County, Muirhill, Roadless, Northrop, all these companies all employing a lot of people, and Ford wiped them out in 2 or 3 years, and they'd all gone. And it's, you know, those tractors are still going, and I wonder how many of the New Holland tractors as they are now, I wonder how many of those New Holland tractors will still be going in 50 years' time. I'll be surprised. There'll be some technician in Boreham Wood or wherever it is they are, and they'll say, right, that's had its life now, we'll switch it off, and they'll throw a switch on a computer, and that'll be the end of that tractor, and there's nothing you do about it because they can control it. That's progress, is it? Anyway, that's my little rant. Okay, so I'm going to finish now. That's enough for tonight. This is part 2 of the little flurry we've had at the moment, so we'll do a part 3, which will be the completion of that, and maybe I'll get some more pictures of the other things we've done. But we've had a good fortnight. Ian's been a real hero. He's been a lot happier than that. We had more biscuits today, and he was smiling. But I will get him to actually speak properly on this camera in the end. But he'll get used to it. Ian, you do sound like that. You do look like that. You know, get over it. I'll show you your holiday snaps if you're not careful. Right, thank you for watching. Don't forget to press the subscribe button if you haven't already. Press the like button if you haven't already. And there's a little bell or something they tell me you can press, but I've never quite worked out where that is. But if you press the bell, do that as well. A poet there, look. Press the bell, do it as well. All right, see you directly. Cheers, bye.
Very civilised.
See, we really know how to live here, don't we? So Stuart has come back with this big. No, I just don't like Stuart. And look at that. You asked for some biscuits, and he's brought everything back because he knows we like biscuits.
And he's been on the rob in Lidl's.
Yeah. Too much nicking anything in there, it's cheap. Is it? Fucking hell.
Even Ian's smiling, he's on the camera.
Only 'cause I'm eating.
Oh,
Find it.
I
Do you want one of these Jaffa cakes, Ian?
No, thank you.
You sure?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine, thank you.
Can you do
Full
it?
of
Just
malted
pay me
milk,
50
isn't it?
wages
Yeah.
for today. No, 8
full of-
wages for today. Sweet. I read it.
Can't be the tea break with a few biscuits.
Can I see Niles?